How's it going, everybody?
All right, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right, go ahead with questions for Chet. Go ahead, everybody.
Chet, first of all, how you recovering from the injury? What's your mindset right now?
Yeah, recovery's going great. Just trying to take it one day at a time and, really maximize everything I can do each day to try and, put me in a better position for the next day.
What does an average day look like for you right now?
I'm not going to go too much into detail on that, but, I'm up here at the facility probably from 8 to 2, and then this week coming back for the second practice that the guys have, coming to support them and, do a little extra in the afternoons for myself as well.
Chet, what's it been like just observing how the team's operating and getting to be a part of some of those conversations and just watching the guys and supporting them?
Yeah, it's great to be able to learn and get better in any capacity that I can, and that's what I'm trying to do right now is just kind of soak up all the knowledge of how things are done around here and how they're going to be done going forward. So when I'm ready to get back in there, I can just kind of seamlessly plug myself in.
I'd imagine that it's hard to be on the sidelines, but has anybody given you advice how to stay active and engage with the team?
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard. Being away from basketball, it's what I love to do. When I'm able to, I do it every day that I can. I try not to take it for granted, but I'm lucky that I have a great support system around me from everybody within the organization. Everybody's very thoughtful and looking out for me around here and doing what they can to help make it easier. And I also have family and coaches and friends and teammates and everybody who's helping out a lot as well.
When you got the initial news that you were going to be out for the season, how did you handle that emotionally? How did you just get past that and accepted it and move on?
Yeah, at first I wouldn't say, I handled it emotionally. It was definitely, something that I really had to put my mind to and spend some time to think on and, kind of come to some conclusions on things and really settle my mind so I could, kind of stop focusing on what happened and, focusing on what's going to happen and what I got to do to get where I need to be.
What are you able to do right now from a physical standpoint in terms of workouts and so on and so forth?
I can pretty much work out, everything except, putting weight through my foot at this time.
Chet, have they given you any kind of timetable, or do you have a personal timetable? When do you want to start doing basketball activities?
I'm consulting with the medical team every single day on, what next steps are, if things are, we have a plan laid out and, every day I talk to them if, plans are staying consistent or there's some changes that are going to happen. But, as far as when things are going to happen, it's going to happen when the medical team, consults me on it being the right time to do so.
Yeah, when the injury happened, did you know it was serious, or were you not alarmed?
That was a tough one because, I've never had a serious injury in my life, so I didn't really know, I had nothing to kind of base it off of and compare it to. So when it happened, I just knew, I had to, get it looked at and, see how serious it was, but, didn't imagine anything like this for sure.
What are some ways that you can focus your energy, maybe learn the game, film study, those types of things in terms of learning the league here during this time while you're recovering?
I think you just said a part of it, but it just comes down to putting my mental energy towards it. Learning how to really be a professional in areas off the court. I've dedicated so much time to really hustling at my craft on the court. Now it's really this event's making me step back and kind of rework how I do things, and one of those ways is to become professional with watching film and speaking with coaches, trying to learn, watching what's happening, and really being engaged on trying to get better through different avenues.
Do you take some comfort in knowing some great players have gone through this? Joel Embiid, Blake Griffin, others miss their rookie year and
Yeah.
going on to have great careers.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to look at something and know that it's been done before. It's not like this impossible feat. And even if it was, I was gonna, put my hard hat on and get to work. So it's great to be able to look and speak to some of those guys, possibly on, what I can do through this process because, like I said, it's been done before.
So have you spoken with any of the players that have been through this before, like Blake or?
Yeah, briefly. I spoke to Joel briefly on what his experience was like, and I talked with one of his trainers a little bit on it, and I got some good words of advice.
Chet, on draft night, you said that you really try to just live in the moment and not have expectations heading into each day. How have you been able to kind of maintain that mindset throughout this, which may have been slightly different than what you might have been thinking about?
Yeah, it all comes down to just keeping a level head, because there's so many ups and downs, and unfortunately this is a down, but I gotta keep my head level and focus on getting better. No matter what the circumstances are, that's the goal at the end of the day.
What was the interaction like with the fans the other day at the opening of the basketball
The
court?
basketball court?
After the injury, that's
Yeah.
the first time I think you interact with the fans.
Yeah, no, it's great. The injury's kind of limiting my mobility a little bit right now, so it's great to be able to get out and see some people, especially our great fans and our community, which I think is, top one in the league. We have, great fans, and I had some great interactions with some kids at the court, and it's great to see, things like that being done in the community. It's good for us, it's good for the fans, it's good all around.
Chet, is there hope maybe 4 or 5 months from now you can get out there with the team for traveling, kind of get a feel for what the NBA is like with that schedule?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm going to listen to the steps that are laid out in front of me between management and medical staff here, and whatever we end up deciding on when that time comes, it's really a day-to-day, focus on what I can get done today and worry about tomorrow type of deal.
Chet, we talked about the guys who have gone through this before. One of them's in the building, Nick Collison, a guy who's going to be around a lot for you. How comforting is it to know that he's here, and have you been able to talk to him at all about it?
Yeah, no, he doesn't live in OKC full time, so I've talked to him a few times on the phone since, and he's down here right now, which is great to be able to talk to him. It's just another resource to take advantage of, and he's been extremely helpful. He has a lot of wisdom. He's done things for a long time at a high level, and he's done it the right way. So, kind of following the lead that he gives me will help me a lot.
I'm with the Japanese media, actually, and, Japanese fans are rooting for Rui Hachimura from Gonzaga, of course,
Yep,
and then also
yep.
they pay attention to the players from Gonzaga,
Mhm.
like you.
Yep.
And I want to ask you 2 questions. What do you think of Rui Hachimura as a player and as a person? And then next question is when you guys get together in Vegas in July, right?
Yeah.
And I want to ask you that. Did you talk to him, and then did he give you any advice, or what was the impression of him in person?
So I'm gonna answer the first question first. I think Rui Hachimura is a great basketball player. Obviously a Zag legend. He kind of paved the way at Gonzaga along with a lot of other guys, and he did a lot of great things there. And he's a great player in the pros too. And yeah, we had like a Zag dinner out at Summer League. And now there's a lot of Zags in the NBA, so the table was pretty big. So we were on opposite sides of the table.
Rui was far away from you, right?
Yeah. So I didn't speak with him too much, but whenever I've ran into him briefly, he's been a great guy.
Did you talk to Domas? Because Domas was there.
Yeah, I was sitting next to
Did he
Domas, yeah.
give you any information, anything about the organization here? Because he was here.
Yeah.
So did he give you anything about the organization or city or fans here?
Oh yeah. He had all great things to say. It's a business, so guys end up playing in different places and everything. But he had no hard feelings. Obviously it's a competitive thing. He doesn't play here anymore, so he's trying to beat us. But he had great things to say about the people, the fans, the organization all around. Just good things to say.
Chet, in the
Got
same
time
way
for a
that
couple
there's,
more. Go ahead,
in
Aaron.
the same way that some guys have come back from this adversity, there's a pretty good history of big men with feet problems who were plagued by that their entire career. Is that something that you're aware of, or something you just try to blank out of your mind, or what steps do you take to try to avoid that?
I mean, I try to take steps every single day to, you know, put my body in the best position for the best possible health, you know, on and off the court. And, you know, I've studied my body a lot along with people here on the medical staff, and, you know, we're taking those proper steps to prevent injury as well.
Chet, what would you say to people who might criticize yourself or anybody else playing in some of the sanctioned events over the summer, pickup games or whatnot, and then you get hurt? What would you say to that?
I mean, there's freedom of speech, and criticism is, you know, something that comes along with anything. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, myself as well as other hoopers and basketball players kind of have to make decisions that's true to themselves and who they are, on whether or not they're going to play in exhibition games or whatever it might be in the summer. You know, at the end of the day, basketball players are going to play basketball. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, you got to kind of feed the love for the game. So, you know, I don't want injury like this to, you know, kind of take away from that. You know, I'm always have love for basketball, so I'm always take advantage of opportunities to play basketball. It's just, you know, got to make sure that, you know, you do it right, and, you know, you're able to kind of avoid events like this.
Anybody else?
Who do you think has the best
Last
hair
one.
on the team?
Which that?
Who do you think has the best hair on the team?
Best hair?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to overthink this, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't pick favorites.
All right, thanks, Chet.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Chet.
you.
Rachel.